Take them gains. Consolidate.
No.
Consolidate.
Go for the kill.
Jeez, it's been a long time. Can you actually remember what happened?
We could watch our own compilation of season 1.
Cool. And some good reactions in there to our own reaction.
And is Gandalf alright? He's not saying anything.
We got hammered watching England last night. And we have a few new guests since last time.
John? Bloomin' heck, it is you, John! I can see your team black.
I take no part in the quarrels of the South.
Duty is
Oh,
sacrifice.
it's my theme. Winterfell. Lovely.
Who is this?
This would have been Cregan Stark.
Not a sentence, but an honour. A duty.
Lord Stark, why does your ancestor sound like a boy of the South trying to do a Barnsley accent?
Guess back in the olden days, northern accents were more pronounced.
Southern boy doing a northern accent. So weird.
What is this then that falls from the skies and shivers my bones?
The king doesn't know snow.
The king should be cold snow.
Whilst your men guard against wildlings and weather.
An important defence. Wildlings are scum. Must guard against the weather as well. Stick a jumper on Poppet, that's what we'd say.
My father brought King Jaehaerys and Queen Alysanne to see the wall.
Home sweet home.
What are you up to at the moment?
I just been hanging out past the wall.
Oh, still at the Night's Watch. Not much has changed then. Nothing ever changes.
Is their dragons, the greatest power in the world, refused to cross it.
So this dragon did.
How are we watching this?
HBO.
Oh, I love HBO.
Yep. HD Bran Oracle. For who has a better story than Bran the Broken?
Oh, everyone.
Why do you think I came all this way?
Is he always like this?
He fell a long way.
Do you think my ancestors built a 700-foot wall of ice to keep out snow and savages?
I did not.
What are you talking about, Bran? You didn't build the wall.
Didn't I?
No, you didn't.
What does it keep out?
Death.
And savages and snow.
I have thousands of greybeards.
So they're old.
Our greybeards are worth 10 southern softies.
I know that to be true. I've been to the Huddersfield Spoons on a Friday night.
Oh, John, that was it. You probably don't remember, but I was going to tell you who your mother is. If you're still interested.
It's Lyanna and Rhaegar, I know. I'm aware.
Oh. How?
I saw on Reddit. R plus L equals J. But then later, Bran told me and I did my best to act surprised.
Oh, not Howland Reed. He was the only one that was alive who knew the truth.
Well, it was Howland Reed's subreddit.
Oh, okay. Well, good. And sorry for how Catelyn treated you and everything.
It's alright.
So, anything interesting happened since I died?
It's a long story.
8 seasons worth. It probably should have been 10.
I am indebted to you, Alan.
Strong, solid, seaworthy name.
Alan of the Stepstones.
I'm afraid.
They'd be fools to come with Vhagar protecting the city.
Not the dragons. The rats.
Rats!
Oh.
Oh,
I
oh no, a rat nibbling on my ankle. Oh no.
I mean,
You know, I am Team Black through and through, but I do respect Alicent, because she is a lady of honour. She lives as she expects others to live. Oh,
didn't she repeatedly call out Rhaenyra for the exact same thing?
that... Thought I was a good judge of character, but no.
You did trust Cersei to be honourable.
Because I think he wants a ride.
Your Grace.
A ride?
A pony ride. Wouldn't that be fun, Jaehaerys? Should the Master of Coin be your royal steed?
Gee, a horsey. I mean, I don't have much respect for my own lineage, but that is embarrassing.
I like this kid. Giving the Lannisters the runaround.
He'll make a fine king.
Very well. No time for amusements, Thailand.
Who's he?
Oh, that's our resident wizard.
Mr. Aemon.
No, his name's Gandalf.
Mr. Gandalf. Needs to work on that dragon parking.
You talk like you've ridden one.
I have.
You sure it wasn't a horse? Or a Hodor?
Nopers. Full-on dragon.
Maybe some things do change.
Yes, actually, Lord Stark. Quite a lot has happened since you croaked it.
Yeah, this is shocking. Finding out something you recognise as an immutable truth.
Oh, join the club.
What's it like then? Riding a dragon?
It's like flying a kite. Big scaly kite.
While wielding a flamethrower.
Hail King Aegon! Aegon the Magnanimous, second of his name, King of the Andals.
I wonder what they'll call me. Bran the Bloody. Legend, I believe.
Bran, why do you have a crown?
Well, because he's the king.
Of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah, I know it doesn't really make sense, but just go with it.
Shouldn't it be Stannis?
Stannis? Who's Oh, Stannis? Oh, no. He's long gone.
We should return them.
Your Grace?
Well, you need your goats for the winter, don't you?
Sheep, your Grace.
Sheep, even better.
A great uncle is a benevolent ruler.
This is what happens when Mr. Beast is your hand of the king.
Everyone gets the livestock.
You can't run a kingdom like a YouTube channel. Believe me, I've tried.
Last one to leave the Grey Hall wins 100,000 sheep.
Oh, not this guy.
Husband's blockaded the gullet, moves into peace.
Oh, yes! Here we go. Want to see Queen Rhaenyra's take on all this. This is the viewpoint we've all been itching for.
Oh yeah, I want to see what my great grand has to say on this.
It's only 7 great.
Sorry, great.
I want Aemond Targaryen.
Okay, it's a nice start, but I'm sure there'll be more of her. Yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Has promised 2,000 men.
Quit blubbering, blubber boy.
Just found out his brother is dead.
I didn't cry when Rob was killed.
What?
Lucerys Velaryon.
That's nice. That your enemies can mourn each other. It's very civil. How do
I
you guys
mourned you
mourn
with
me?
a trench of bread, a heel of hard cheese and bacon grease. Though that is what I had pretty much every day, so it wasn't really that special.
I was also given to understand that you possess a unique knowledge of the Red Keep. Great big rat's nest it is.
Sorry, I'm just remembering the rat line from before. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And Rhaenyra is a cunning spider. Long ago she drew Alicent into her
Oh
web.
my goodness, Monte Cristo. Obsessed much.
Just kick that dog.
Yeah, I liked him before, but I mean, kicking a dog.
I still like him.
John!
What? I'm not a dog person. Direwolf isn't a dog.
Guess carrying a torch and rat traps is the equivalent of going around in a high-vis or a ladder.
Gets you entry into any festival north of the wall.
One knows what magnanimous
Ren, what are you doing? Struggling to keep the stream going.
What's the matter?
Well, I'm sorry. It's not like there's loads of three-eyed ravens that have streamed Westerosi history before.
I have a necklace. It's of great value.
The Snow Sun.
It's not like Daemon's been walking around saying, "Son for a necklace."
Yeah. For a son, you'd want at least 3 necklaces.
Is son for a son fair? Is that true justice?
It's eye for an eye, isn't it? Aemon gets it.
No. She's telling true. Hold him down.
Oh.
That is.
Oh, sweet bastards, have mercy.
That is a tough watch for a true-born Targaryen.
Oh, that is not good for a Monday morning.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Rat catchers making a mother choose which of her children dies.
Oh, that would never happen in Lord of the Rings. I'm Team Green.
You can't switch teams every time your team does a war crime.
Yeah, Gandalf. You gotta own your war crimes.
I knew that happened.
Well, yes. You know everything that ever happened.
No, I read the book.
Oh.
Even a three-eyed raven has to brush up on his history sometimes.
Helena!
I'm just gonna put it out there. There are better times to walk in on your mum and a new
I
boyfriend.
don't know which is worse. Oh, Greg.
Mother, they murdered my child.
Greg.
Oh, you're making another child.
Greg.
Circle of life.
Greg, Aunt Alicent. Nobody wants to see that.
I thought they'd open with something shocking. This is tame compared to the things I've seen.
Who is this kid?
You alright, Gandalf?
I'm still traumatized from last week.
I know in Middle-earth you're not really used to children getting assassinated in their own beds.
The worst thing I was ever aware of was Boromir's dad having a favourite son.
Oh, that's not to be sniffed at.
Yeah. The psychological damage of being a least favourite child is in many ways worse than decapitating a child.
Oh.
You know what? You're right.
Grace.
I am the king!
Yes.
I am the king!
Any man who must say, I am the king, is no true king.
That was a good impression.
Thanks. It's a mama's trick that comes in quite useful.
Do me.
I can't just do anyone. I have to practice.
If my son smashed up my Warhammer set that I left him in the will,
What would you do?
smite him from the grave.
Open casket was a bold choice.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it?
We must send our own messages, denying this vile allegation.
I will do so at once, but I'm not sure they will be received in good faith.
And well, one raven here saying Rhaenyra did it, and one raven here saying she definitely didn't do it. I don't know what to believe.
But it's a lie.
Oh, I cannot lie. That would have been terrible if I'd done it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have ordered the killing of a child.
Yeah, but if I had, I'd been laughing my head off. Oh.
It's because he was afraid of me. Because he knew your legacy.
This is why marrying your uncle is a bad idea.
Didn't you marry your...
Our aunt is very different.
Inheritance does get very messy.
And that is the only reason not to marry your uncle.
He was not afraid of you, Daemon! He could not trust
In all honesty, deciding an heir is really tough.
Yeah, you want them to do well, but not too well.
Do you have kids, Bran?
Don't get me wrong, it's a nice problem to have, but you guys don't know how lucky you are. Being little peasanty, small folk. Tim Black lost their best dragon. Not looking so rosy.
It was nice to ride your dragon to let off some steam.
Which dragon?
Daenerys.
Seeks absolution.
There is none for what I've done.
Oh, Sir Christian. You believe rejecting a booty call now will restore your honour?
The Lord Commander of the Kingsguard and the Queen. I mean, is there anything more dishonourable?
At least they're not related.
I do not. The white cloak is a symbol of our purity.
Oh, he's not wrong.
Sir Kristen is hardly one to be lecturing about purity.
If I saw a Kingsguard with a muddy cloak, I'd start to think that he was a mucky little footling.
So I prefer a black cloak. Can spill ketchup all over it and no one can tell I'm impure.
Where is your cloak?
Dry cleaners. There is a limit.
His Grace wished to entertain his companions in the throne room. But if you had thought to go upstairs, where were you? Oh, come on.
I was washing my cloak. Or do you forget our list of priorities?
Laundry, celibacy, then protection.
You will go to Dragonstone and strike down Rhaenyra in her own halls. The way she sought to do with Aemond.
It's a suicide mission. What? Didn't you send those 2 tiny hobbits into a live volcano guarded by thousands of orcs? That's not the same. We provided a distraction. We hoped.
Can I not just wash my cloak?
Well, you could have done that if you just done it straight away, but now it's suicide mission.
Your twin serves there at the pleasure of the so-called queen. They will mistake you for him if you play the part.
Hope at least you're going to give him acting lessons.
You would send me to my death. Or to triumph.
This is pretty much how I sold it to Frodo.
Harrenhal, I would think.
He's tough being a bastard.
Oh, when are you going to let that go?
And he considers me such a foe. And that he seeks to murder me in my bed.
He hates him because he's better than him.
And that's why the Ringwraiths tried to murder the hobbits in their beds.
What? Jealousy?
Didn't know Gollum was in this. Didn't know Gollum had mummy issues.
Reminds me of pre-Cauldron Voldemort.
Into him. No, not here.
Not here? What, in the private room of the candlelit brothel?
Not romantic enough.
I do regret that business with Luke. I lost my temper that day.
Oh. All is forgiven then.
Some people.
I cannot blame anyone for doing what I myself would do if I could.
That's capitalism for you. Okay, Karl Marx. And because of the beard.
Who are they?
Rat catchers. In the king's employ.
Fine payment for spending your entire adult life catching rats for the king.
That is one very forgiving dog.
And one guilty one.
And hand them from the walls of the city for all to see.
It's not a great PR move.
Listen, I'm going to smooth this all over. I booked you onto Piers Morgan tonight. He's the only one I'll have you.
As a self-confessed swing voter, the hanging of innocent men doesn't play well with me. If you want to win the spin war, you've got to win Gandalf. I am the average voter. And this is not good optics.
After all I've done for you, thoughtless.
Hand of the King is mostly just doing PR.
Here. Glad I don't have this kid as my client.
Yeah. I had Joffrey.
Yeah. How did you spin my execution to the small folk?
It's not how I would have wanted to handle it, but...
I'm surrounded by imbeciles.
Give it to Cole.
It's like voting for Tyson Fury to be Prime Minister.
You know nothing, Aegon Targaryen.
What do you mean him? Or you?
I was talking about him. I know stuff.
I mean, Kristen Cole, Hand of the King now. That took about failing upwards.
Well, you know, everyone gets promoted one step beyond their competency. So I ended up just ahead.
Just because you're good at bashing people doesn't mean you're good at tax policy. Sir, that was last year's armor.
Oh, am I wearing the 129 AC edition? You know, the Kingsguard end of summer sale, you gotta save your coin somewhere and all that.
This reminds me of when I was 17, trying to get into the Moletown Club with Dolorous Ed's ID.
Dolorous Ed? He was like 28. You think you could have passed for 28?
Well, it would have been obvious if it said I was 18. They're not on the lookout for 28-year-olds, are they? Strut, deep voice, know the birthday on the ID.
Well, he should know the birthday.
Sorry, lack of vigilance. The enemy is about, good sir.
That's all it took. I realised it was a hot girl.
I'm restless. I'll stand this evening's duty.
Must be hard to spot an imposter.
Oh, with technology these days.
I don't think being a twin is technology.
Nature's technology.
I don't understand.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Sir Erics.
Simpsons much.
Spider-Man meme.
What?
You know, like the Spider-Man meme.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't translate very well to talking.
Is that the good one that ran at her?
I doubt it, but not entirely sure. It was.
Yeah, but you're Team Green though, Gandalf. I mean, who do you even consider to be the good one?
You know, the one who's kept his honour. Yes! I think.
Sandra always loved this story. It's way more graphic than the way she tells it.
Which is Eric?
I have no idea.
Ask him something only the real Sir Eric would know.
We've never really said anything to each other but small talk. He's the one with the slash in his leg.
We lost track of him before the leg slash.
So that game, with the balls and the cups.
Oh, cup and ball. I miss cup and ball.
Go on, finish him. I think.
I'm very conflicted. Yes? Woohoo? Yeah. Okay, well, the survivors' actions now will tell us which one is good, and then we can celebrate or mourn, retrospectively.
Agreed.
Forgive me.
No.
Well, that raises more questions than it answers.
We'll have to wait for the autopsy.
It's like VAR.
Aegon must be kept in check, as does Sir Christian, the two of them together.
Dumb and Dumber.
We'll take more kindly to instruction. Daron may yet help us in weeks to come.
Daron? Who's Daron?
Third kid.
Oh. Never mentioned him before.
I know, but he's pretty important.
I have sinned.
I do not wish to hear of it.
Oh, shh.
I'm your dad, I don't hear nothing about that. I mean, if Sansa started telling me about her love life, then...
I never bedded her.
Never said you did.
Oh.
Very the good parenting forward.
She's probably got more important things to do.
Wait a second. Well, rewind it. Is that Bran? Bran, what are you doing there? You're just watching.
It's the king's right to the first night.
Well, it's not first night. You're just being a peeping Tom, though.
I'm the king.
You're not hot in that. It's the middle of summer.
The black cloak is a symbol of my oath. And black reflects the sun.
What's with the shorts then?
It's too hot for jeans. And I just got it back from the dry cleaners. It's my only clean cloak.
Already got toothpaste on it.
This is why I don't use toothpaste.
Aegon Targaryen is no true king.
Hey!
You're not there.
I'm king beyond the wall.
What? A wildling?
You wouldn't dare.
No, I wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare.
Three immutable truths of life. Death, taxes, and the Brackens and Blackwoods not getting on.
Why do they hate each other?
I think they're both deposed kings of the Riverland.
Enough to get anyone's back up. Oh, he would dare.
Dare with dire consequences.
Dare wolf with dire wolf consequences.
Shut up.
Perhaps, Your Grace, but we cannot all hide in our castles waiting for war to come to us.
As now it should.
Beg to differ. Love a good siege, me.
Shame to let it waste.
I've survived many a battle. I do not mean to be felled by poison peas.
I mean, I get it, Damon.
Honourable death, some might say.
I'd rather die in single combat with a Balrog than by peas.
We're on the same wavelength, Gandalf. You and I.
I'd only assumed that as consul...
And we are reminded of the perilousness of assumption.
Your Grace.
I never got used to the whole Your Grace stuff.
Were you ever actually king?
Well, king in the north, king beyond the wall. King
I highly doubt the wildlings are calling you Your Grace.
That's why I never got used to it.
I can't get enough of it.
Why?
The answer to that is lost in time.
Like elves and dwarves. Or me and Kelly Stevens.
Lord Commander, your host is mustered and ready to march.
Haircut.
It's a war haircut.
You don't need to cut your hair for war.
Yeah. You could just tie it back in a tasteful man bun.
Man bun? Like a Portland barista?
You wouldn't want strands of hair going in your eyes mid-battle.
No, I guess not. That's what the war haircut's for.
And if the horrors of war get too much, you can flop in front of your eyes so you can't see.
May the Seven guide you. Good night. And lead you not into shadow and death.
I could have done with that.
So where women keep favours.
Yeah, forget you're so green. Never won a woman's favour in tourney.
I don't fight in tourneys. It's when I fight a man for real. Don't want him to know what I can do.
Good lad.
Do not coddle me, Bela. Grant me at least that dignity.
I meant no insult.
Should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
She's just Eowyn. Good thing Aragorn isn't here. He'd be off on one about she doesn't know.
This Eowyn has a dragon.
I mean, it's the worst stew he's ever tasted. But yeah, probably best our Eowyn didn't have a dragon.
Elena,
I forgive you.
Oh, she remembers.
Your mum railing the Lord Commander. It's not a thing you'd forget.
A dragon seed must watch his own neck when he has no white cloaked guardsman to do it for him.
Aren't you a dragon seed?
No. Wait. Am I?
No, you were true-born. They were married.
Where's my hair? It's black as coal. Christian Colin.
Seed is strong.
Silver Targaryen hair, a recessive gene then?
Do you know? Would explain why they kept it in the family. It's a bit.
Aemon the Fierce! We're just going to ignore the last bit of what just happened. Yeah.
I think that's for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to a brothel, but that's too much.
We're exposed.
What? That was just a wisp of cloud. Ridiculous.
Oh, here we go. Crispy coal. Crispy coal. Crispy coal. Crispy coal. Crispy coal.
When they set off a flame burst.
What, instead of a forest fire? You're trying to win swords to your cause.
And I have to clean up afterwards.
Not my favourite dream, that one.
Why you shouldn't have cheese before bed.
Oh, you know the saying. Cheese before bed gives blood and cheese dreams.
My father loved me, Alicent. And I believe he loved you, too.
In a different way, I hope.
The Targaryens.
Yeah, but that would be next level.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
Oh, my ears are burning.
Oh.
No, seriously, it's a serious condition from riding a dragon too often.
Yeah.
Oh.
He spoke to you of the Song of Ice and Fire.
The Song of Ice and Fire. Sounds familiar.
It's me. It's my story.
Wasn't it Arya's story in the end or something? Or Bran?
I don't know. It was pretty confusing towards the end.
Arya? Where is Arya?
Gap year. It's like a third gap year.
Oh. Well, get around.
I'm still pretty sure that I'm Lysan Argaib. Sorry, Azor Ahai Reborn.
About Aegon the Conqueror. The Conqueror.
So all this carnage and bloodshed because the Targaryens insisted on calling every other son Aegon.
It's a good name. Better than Jon Snow.
I couldn't call you Aegon. The Targaryens were cancelled.
You could have called me Egg. Eggy Snow. No one would have known.
If you went to war, the other boys would have called you Eggy Soldiers.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
You must go before you are discovered. There's been a mistake. There's been no mistake. Please.
Oh, Alicent. You're gonna let thousands burn just to save face.
It'd be pretty embarrassing now to tell everyone what happened.
Oh, I'm sure everyone would have been pretty forgiving.
She'd let the whole world burn if she could be Queen Dowager of the Ashes.
It's too late, Rhaenyra.
Alicent.
Guards, that woman I was just chatting to. Seize her.
Well, that wouldn't be honourable. Oh, yeah, that's somewhat unpleasant.
Is that how you deal with all your disagreements, Damon?
Do you have a better way?
There's been a raven.
Ah, it's definitely a dream. I can tell because the decapitated head has kept talking.
Yes, gods be good. Well, my time is short and I have need of an army. Perhaps you might place a feather pillow over his head and speed along your inheritance.
Oh, come on, kid. Kill your granddad. It's for the good of the realm. Bit dark for you, Gandalf. Oh, I'll do it for much less. Come on, Gandalf Senior.
But I was not told his saviour was so comely. Your mother must have been very beautiful. I know who he is, Corlys. Alan's past is no fault of his.
That's how you treat a bastard.
Yeah, but you know, it was kind of the deal. I get to keep you and she gets to treat you like shit.
Yours will come in kind.
Oh, feeling a bit queasy.
How can you feel a bit queasy? You don't have a stomach.
Queasy receptors in my brain are tingling. Oh, phantom queasy.
Nuke coston bevilus Segiton Billy Vazni.
How's your High Valyrian?
Dracarys.
That's it. Need to work on your accent.
I only started learning to impress Daenerys.
When you dream of people, are they all just you?
No.
I'm no woman at all. I'm a barn owl. Cursed to live in human form.
That's like me. Great eagle born in a human body.
Thought everyone called you the human moth.
Quiet, Boromir. Eddard.
Your Grace. And once you and your dragon bring the Queen's justice to the Brackens...
That's why you don't dress so comely around Damon.
Jeez. They really had milk of the poppy goggles on.
What? What would you have me do, Mother?
Do simply what is needed of you. Nothing.
Know how that feels, Aegon. To constantly have your mother figure tell you how shit you are.
How many times do I have to apologise for this?
There's something I need to tell you, Jace.
You're a bastard. And that delegitimises our claim, so this is all for nothing.
Uncle Ned.
Sorry, I just love telling people they're bastards.
Gone the Conqueror's time. I never told you, because I was unsure that I believed it myself.
You do not want to drive a dragon drunk.
No, I guess not. Still, probably better than driving a drunk dragon.
Every time you talk about riding dragons, John, I get two very different images in my head.
Good weather for dragon fighting. Clear skies. Cumulus clouds.
Clouds?
Yeah, Daenerys always said. Nimbus stratus clouds, you're gonna have a bad time.
It's more to fighting dragons, though, than just the type of clouds, right?
It's over half.
What's the other half?
Well, 9 times out of 10, it's just biggest dragon wins. Unless it's bad clouds. It's a real leveler.
So if you have a smaller dragon, you'd want... Do you say numbostringus clouds?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes!
Come on.
It's coming home. It's coming home. Dragons coming back to Dragonstone. Oh, I've seen Jurassic Park. This is not going to end well.
That's how dragons fight. It's scratchy.
No honor amongst dragons. Scratching, pinching, hair pulling.
Ah, dragon's blood.
But you are the blood of the dragon. That's you.
You wouldn't catch me donating my blood to keep Vhagar alive.
Drop in the ocean.
How did they sneak the world's largest dragon into that wood unseen? Burning your own brother.
You did make fun of him, though.
You'd burn the king just to kill Rhaenys. I mean, she's not even that important.
Well, I wouldn't know, but he made fun of him. No joke so hateful as a joke between kin, at least in the eyes of gods and men. Pin her! Pin her!
Brooke's stride. That wasn't his natural dragon gait. He was like, ooh, 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 ooh. Take them gains. Consolidate.
No.
Consolidate.
Go for the kill. Finish this war now. Didn't even have a seatbelt on.
This is madness. She's a seasoned dragon rider. She should know better.
Crispy coal. Crispy coal. Crispy
Quick
coal.
crisping up of coal, then consolidate your gains. Back to Dragonstone for a slap-up dinner.
Oh, no. I hope the wise old lady makes it.
I know. Come on, Rhaenys.
Talking about Vhagar.
Oh, right. Team Green. Oh, Icarus.
He won, though. He's scared.
He very much didn't.
Uh-huh. Stop reading halfway through.
Oh, no. The wise, kindly lady that everyone likes.
That's basically me. Except the lady part.
And me. I died, remember?
What?
Well, your death was a bit of a fake-out. And you aren't wise or all that likable.
When he wakes up, he is going to be pissed.
Aemond, you take a shot at the champ. You better not miss. Got that, Ollie?
He did kill you.
Yeah, but then the champ rises from the dead and hangs you as an oathbreaker.
Obi-Wan, you want to make a comment about this? About Anakin?
Oh, I'll be there in a second. Behold! The traitor dragon Meleys!
Did the dragon swear any oaths? I'm not sure he can be considered a traitor. He can't talk. Doesn't have a knee to bend.
It does have knees.
Alright, yeah, he has knees, but they're always kind of bent. Can't be swearing allegiance all the time.
Oh, bad omen now.
To Aegon!
To Aegon! Come on, guys. To Aegon! To Aegon! To Aegon! To Aegon!
I thought the dragons was gods.
It's just me.
Oh, I could go for a dragon burger right now.
That'll be cannibalism.
Not for me, it wouldn't be. And the small folk are hungry.
What does dragon taste like?
It's like a gamey, smoky chicken.
I've heard.
You're my brother, Aegon. I loved you.
Who's saying that? Aemond? Is that you?
No, it's me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You know Aegon.
Well, but it's like Anakin. I know how this goes down. Aegonakin will come back in a big black suit and a respirator. Kind of like the Mountain.
Hopefully. If the maesters can work their magic, I want to see him suffer.
Charlie only gets you to come in here because no one will watch us without Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, don't you forget it. And don't forget to subscribe.
He can be such a twat when he wants to be.
My lady.
The Eyrie itself is impregnable.
Oh, bloody heck. Not the Eyrie.
I share your sentiments, Lord Stark. Having been given the draftiest room in the house.
Sorry, yeah, I remember now. Well, I just remember having to take the kids to Cat's sister every name day. By the god, she was dull.
I had the same room, Tyrion.
Daemon.
This is too much. That better not be who I think it is.
You chaps are such prudes.
Yeah, it's fine. Could be any silver-haired lady.
You chaps are such incest prudes.
If only you'd been born first. My favourite son.
Oh, okay. No, it's not on that.
Do you know how much Oedipus complex there is in Lord of the Rings?
How much?
0. Which I've always found to be just the right amount.
Who's keeping count? Live and let live, guys.
At a time when we must show strength.
Lord Laris.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemon.
Roast before horse. That's why I joined the Night's Watch.
That's sexist, John. Lyanna wouldn't have liked to hear you say that.
We live in olden-timey times. There's much worse things said than that.
Still not cool.
I approve. But then again, I am 3,000.
Leaves the jewel of the Riverlands to be plucked by our enemy.
It's like she's going to flip the table.
Why does everyone want to be in charge? Rather than just do my own thing. Smoking weed with my lick spittles.
Has your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night and flee the sunrise like a moth?
You leave the moths out of this. Noble messengers.
Oh, the phrase.
Jason Lannister is
Surprised they're on time.
Is Ward of Frey alive in this?
How long ago was this? 160 years? Can't rule it out. The miserable old bastard.
Make sure you get some bread and salt.
You want Harrenhal?
Oh, the phrase. Always on the make.
Everyone always wants Harrenhal. And the table as well.
Dragon or no, we shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Yeah, tough to get fealty. And you're doing so for a tyrant. Your queen. Bingo.
It's a mad sword.
Mad thought for a mad queen. You say my queen? She'll always be the mad queen.
An offer of marriage, perhaps, to the Dowager Queen.
Out of the question.
Now that would be a fall from grace. Queen to Greyjoy bride.
Be like going from Vegas to the Blackpool penny slots.
I mean, if you smell Theon Greyjoy.
Have the indignities of your childhood not yet sufficiently been avenged?
No, they haven't.
Get this kid another ice cream.
I'm king beyond the wall.
Get this king beyond the wall and another ice cream.
But the dragons here would not take her as a rider.
Then who could do it?
You.
Who would want to be a knight of the Kingsguard?
It's a great honor.
Try and claim a fully grown fire-breathing dragon. That wasn't in the original job description.
Just hope they're getting paid double for overtime.
Your grandmother's grandmother, Ariana.
I do appreciate all the effort you've put into researching my line, but I don't think this is a job for me.
Oh, that puts me at ease. Such a strong lineage for the dragon you've demonstrated there.
Maybe we should get the lineage books out to show the dragon, so he knows that on a technicality, he should let you ride him. Reason with him.
Do nothing now. In 3 days' time, the winds will shift.
Oh, the winds. Real helpful. Well, the winds will change.
Wind's very important for dragon flying. Second only to clouds.
I've done it.
She smirked. She's smirking. It's worked. He's safe.
All right. Who's next?
Hey team, I know morale's pretty low after my last idea, but I promise that there's plenty more where that came from. Okay? Guys?
Going to need a few volunteers for this next one.
Can we ask what it is first?
No. Don't you trust me?
We're few, but we may yet retake.
That's how you keep your subjects in line.
Anyone else want to take one?
Any one of yous. You better tell me my plan slaps, or you get a slap.
How would you slap someone?
I'd use a proxy. Rest, ice, compression, elevation. They know their stuff, these maesters. Most injuries you can walk it off with just a bit of rice.
Any injury?
Yeah, any injury. My head could have been re-sewn if they got it on ice quickly. Of course, I had to be surrounded by Lannister twats. Present company excluded.
Thank you.
Makes Anakin look craven with all his screaming.
What do you remember?
Well, if you do remember anything, just remember I only have one eye, so benefit of the doubt. Please?
The Targaryens all look pretty similar, with our beautiful long silvery hair.
Anyone could have got yourself and Rhaenys mixed up, Aegon.
Was it the court? Was it their mother?
Ooh, kept the wrong one. Finding out she's been a dog shit mum. Oh, I can't think of anyone else who could have used that.
She knew. She did know.
At least Alison can blame the environment. Worst place to raise kids. It's like sending them to Eton.
That's when you know things are bad. When you're punching someone for a cabbage.
Yeah. Cabbage is gross.
I'm here now.
Better late than never.
Don't know if it counts if it's in a dream.
Doesn't it? Shit. I do most of my apologies and penance in my dreams.
Our own healer, Alice Rivers, volunteered her renowned skills. There was naught more to be done.
Oh, winds was a metaphor. She euthanized him with the wind. Get your lineage shots out, lad.
But he's half Valarian, not Targaryen.
Where's the gunner then? Oh, you got such a fragrant neck.
The Dragon Sea Smoke has been sighted flying over Spicetown. He has a rider.
Who?
Mother!
Who could it possibly be?
Well, we can narrow it down to a highborn, because Rhaenyra made it quite clear dragon riders would have to be highborn.
Perhaps it's time for the bastards to show their quality.
Right. Yeah. The bastards.
Here we go then. What? It's been hotting up all season.
Keen to hear this.
We've had the plotting and the scheming
going on about whether
now,
you said.
It's time for action. Yeah, the time for talking is done. Now is the time for action.
This little head cannot wait.
Do you think you can get him to Dragonstone?
I can try.
Oh. Dashed himself on the rocks. Second go out.
Appoint a novice in charge of a Boeing 737.
Easy come, easy go.
The highborn houses there is an ancient fealty. There is
the
honor.
Queens and the Lords so quick to dismiss the lowborn.
I know, Johnny boy, no.
Are you like a demigod?
Yeah, but I'm a vagabond, a wanderer. I hold no lands, take no wife. I'm stored in the darkness, you know?
You may both, Gunny boy. You may both.
They'll hate you.
Ah, this kid reminds me of Ollie.
Reminds me a bit of when I first rose to Lord. Except I have a bottle. This kid's still in his first wet nurse. No mandate to rule.
Why should we now follow a boy younger than my own son?
Exactly. Little boy.
Will you have our army or not?
Damon, you're gonna let him speak to you like that?
I needed the swords.
Oh, Simon Strong, he is... I love him. I just love him. I've said it.
Rocking a hard place, Damon. But you got one loyal vassal. That's a starting point. Build on that.
Seize him.
I ain't worried. If there's one thing Damon is, he's a motherfucker and he's an honourable man.
That's two things.
Either way, Damon's gonna do the right thing.
Oh dear.
Oh, Sir Simon's worried. Now I'm stunned.
Oh, bother. Oh, bother, Piglet.
Damon! Is this how you treat your friends? What did he do over there? What did he do?
He shrugged.
Do you consider us, your watch buddies, to be friends?
I do.
Ooh. I mean, I'll be fine, but the rest of you watch out.
Oh, these people are courageous. Mongrels.
Thought Jace was all for the non-Targaryens getting dragons.
Yeah, but now that's going to out him as a slimy, stinky, no-good bastard.
Well, that's a shame, because I'd have been first in line if it wasn't for my injury.
Oh yes, our very own David Brent, mixed with every footballer that never made it. Nothing like getting away from it all for a few weeks.
Start a horrific war where thousands will be burnt to death.
Everyone needs a swim in a lake every now and then. Even treasonous war criminals. Who do we think will claim the dragon?
How many dragons are there to be claimed? 20.
I like the look of this guy. I know we don't know that much about him, but I got a hunch he's gonna be the one.
Okay, Lord Stark, you can have him. Who do you want, John?
No one. With the dark hair. Best dragon riders. Dark hair.
Good choice. Gandalf?
That woman. Blonde woman.
Okay, the woman who looks like she just shat herself. I'll have the 2 characters that we've painstakingly been learning the backstory to since the beginning of the season. 100 gold dragons each. Get it on the table.
Can I cash out?
One down.
And they call me the cruel one. Fed a bunch of small folk to a dragon.
Yeah, but there was a positive upside to it at least. She was trying to provide social mobility.
I'm just saying, if it'd been me who'd done that, Daily Mail would have been all over me.
Our final 2 contestants. Come on, me and you, Tyrion. May the best man win.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'll be taking my doubloons. Thank you very much. Here I am! Oh, off you.
Oh, do you look at that? I'll take half my winnings.
You got both?
I just think it's unfair. It was so easy for him. Pretty much just rolled over for him while he was fleeing like a coward.
It was lonely. Pot luck, I guess. Speaking of luck...
Yeah, the dragon's only the first step. Next, you got to learn all about the different cloud formations.
Not even gone yet. Just start laughing until you've at least taken wing. Now you can laugh. Craven.
Probably just forgot something. I forgot his sunnies.
I don't think he was turning around because he forgot his sun monocle. It's because he was hopelessly outnumbered.
Well, maybe. Wouldn't want to take on 6 dragons with white fluffies abundant. Steer clear, Vhagar. Head for unclearer skies.
You can topple the Prince Regent and sit the Iron Throne yourself.
A Lannister king.
These pirates never heard of dragons.
Personally, I don't fancy wooden ships versus 8 dragons.
A few well-earned black arrows will do the trick.
Very well. Let us meet this commander, then.
This is Tyrion Lannister of Casterly Rock.
Well met, Lord Tywin.
Curveball.
I will not sail with a man who cannot best me.
Well, so every man in your crew has to be better than you? Why would you be made leader of the fleet, then?
Never be the strongest man in the room.
I can't take on those 7 dragons. So I'm going to take my anger out on this kitten.
My cock is destroyed, did they tell you that? Yeah. It burst into flames like a sausage on a spit.
Ooh, sounds delicious.
Where'd I get this sausage? Or fell from the sky? Sky sausage.
Is that what you were doing in the kitchen the whole time? Oh, it's gonna be so funny. For that little joke, frying a single sausage.
No.
You know there's 6 of us here. That's really rude.
You're right. That wasn't very honourable of me.
I can't even piss without it running down my leg.
That's just old age.
Aegon the Realm's delight.
I can see it.
But there are battles to be fought. And in times like this...
No one else hear that?
Huh?
The wind whispered traitor.
Nope. Maybe you have to be one to hear it.
But Joffrey was a bastard.
Oh, I'm only yanking your chain, Lord Traitor.
Your lords will follow you.
I never took you for a turncloak.
This kid is more of a turncloak than Gandalf the Green-Black.
And I think I stayed alive for 3,000 years.
But if there'd been a Team Balrog, you'd been the first to sign up.
What's that?
You can have his head then, Dames.
I'm gonna let him tie his own noose.
King's mother in his hand.
She is my sister.
She saved my life. Twice. Once from the headsman's axe and once from myself. Since then, she has been the beacon I follow.
Oh, he's all right. Shall we all like him now? Oh, you have the weak heart of a wizard. You forget everything he did.
Ah, right, yeah. The things he did.
Oh, so is this the origin of mud fighting?
Sexy mud fighting has been used to secure alliances since the first men.
Lads, my comely boys, and split your sacks ashore. For you'll be sailing many days afore you get some more.
Grease the mast and send it up betwixt the wind and water. Oh, I love that one.
Oh, well done. Well done, Lord
Cracker
Stark.
that one. Cracking cracker, that one. Love shanties. Targaryens have their own sea shanties.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts.
I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's like a scaly dragon in my windpipe.
I want you to fuck my wives.
That is not so honourable.
But you have done a thing never dreamed of before now.
So, I've rejigged my will. Adam, you're my heir. Followed by Hugh, Ulf, and then Jace, who I now found a bit pouty, annoying, and he has the smallest dragon.
Ayo! Ayo!
Sense of humour do you all good.
He makes a good point. When we marched to war, I was always cracking jokes to keep morale up. What's Hodor's favourite cereal? Raisin Bran.
Hey! Watch it.
I could have your tongue for that.
Sorry. Your Grace.
Hey, it's me. And who's that?
What do you mean it's you?
I'm the three-eyed raven.
So you said you were Bran the Builder.
I am. I'm every important thing that ever happened.
Oh, got a big ego. Kid I knew could barely hit a barn door down the firing range.
Is that my good old pal, Brendan Rivers? The tree man.
Oh, you have Ents too.
What the dickens is that?
Night King.
Wait, so that madman who saw what he sees, he was telling the truth.
Yeah.
And this Night King is like all powerful.
We thought he would be.
You know your part.
Damon, they didn't show you Arya Stark shanking the Night King.
Who's Arya Stark?
My daughter.
No, they didn't.
Probably for good reason. If you realized all your actions really amounted to nothing, it really would kill off your motivation to fulfill your part of the story.
So after all my noble sacrifices, some random northern lady fulfills the prophecy.
You're the only one who was disappointed.
The vision really left out a lot. Damon, you sure you saw nothing else?
Every time I touch a weirwood plant, I can see more. Wow. Yeah, that White Walker stuff, that was just a side quest, wasn't it?
Oh, let me have a look.
And if I refuse? Will you burn me as you did Aegon?
She's so... That is a great power.
It is, Father.
You can do that, Bran.
Yes. Remember when you defeated Arthur Dayne in single combat?
Should we carry on watching?
You were swallowed up in the God's Eye.
Oh, that's some good strategic counsel, Aemond. Stay away from the God's Eye at all costs.
Wasn't I drowning at one point?
Well, that's your strategic counsel. Stay away from the God's Eye. And take some swimming lessons as a precaution. And to pick up a brick from the bottom of the pool.
Hey-oh. Let's have some representation.
He's a good man, that Damon.
If you ignore all the incest and the murders and the betrayal.
I'm not hearing anything bad there, Lord Stark. Anyway, clean slate.
The thing about being a turncloak, you never sleep easy again. That's Saruman.
Ine arli cridruchas. Separ morulias.
It's unmagnanimous.
My queen.
It's my queen, Damon. It's pronounced, you'll always be my queen.
Who the fuck is this?
I'm who you've been dreaming about.
We fight for our queen!
King of the North. Anyone? Go on. Queen of the Kingdoms. Queen of the Kingdoms. Anyone? Come on. It's the King of the North. Anyone? It's the Queen of the Kingdoms. Queen of the Kingdoms. Queen of the Kingdoms.
It's been a slow build-up, but this last 20 minutes, it's all going to be worth it. It's going to hit the fan. Vhagar, Caraxes, the Northmen, the Rivermen, the Lannisters and their ships, Criston Cole and the Hightowers. One great big showdown. Mark my words, it's going to be the best 20 minutes of television we've ever seen.
Yeah.
With the fur around his shoulders, choosing sweetmeats to eat after supper by the fire.
When they handed out the sweetmeats in Winterfell, I got only like 1/3 of what the Trueborn children got.
At least you had a place in the hall.
You got a lot more than most bastards got.
I also had to sit a bit away from them. It was torture.
And his sister before him. And the heir that took his place. And now you remember I live.
And if you could subscribe, that would be great too.
A comment about the show, or just you know?
I was just waiting for a lull, so I could say that. How long's left?
13 minutes.
Okay, how are things up, Rhaenyra?
Because I lost my way. Or rather, it was taken from me. All those I put my faith in, my husband, my father,
This,
my lover.
Alicent, this is why you need to negotiate when you have absolutely any leverage at all.
Yeah, it's kind of negotiations 101, that. She's like a murderous toddler negotiating with the parents.
I too have desires.
Yes, but you alone made virtue your banner.
And I clung to it.
What's going on? What? Why are you all looking at me?
Well, that's kinda you.
Well, I didn't fuck Criston Cole. And I was virtuous. Apart from right at the end.
Did you come here thinking you would be absolved?
How long's left?
10.
He lies in the dark in pain and terror.
Piss dribbling down his leg.
And make your sacrifice. A son for a son.
Was that not a son for 2 sons?
Well, a son for a son and a grandson.
Then you fly to the Red Keep in 3 days' time and you take your throne. Or you take me for a liar.
Yes. Everything you have done casts you as a liar. A slow-talking liar that cuts deep into our battle time.
History will paint you a villain. A cold queen.
That's what I'm going to tell Mushroom to write in the history books. Why we got a jester to write it all down, I'll never know.
Guards. Darren's first appearance. It's Darren.
Northern Greybeards. Southern Softy's gonna get a kick in.
Roasting in them clogs.
And who are you? The proud lord said that I must bow so low.
To Yon.
Let's go, Mudman.
Otto is in a prison cell.
Yeah. Alicent's gonna hand him over to Rhaenyra. Like a tip.
Okay, well, this is cooking up nicer than Aegon's cock on a spit. Really sets it up for the last 2 episodes of the season.
My Lord Stark, it's an 8-episode season.
What? That was the finale.
We just sat through a 66-minute trailer for season 3.
Not been this blue-balled since... well, since I had balls.
This is going to be so funny. Oh, I got greasy fingers now. I can't remember what the music is.
Is it the theme? Or?
It's that dragon theme.